I volunteer in Franklinton, which is my home neighborhood, my home base, and my heart base, because my neighborhood was a walking, workable, livable neighborhood when I was a child, and I want to see it that way again. We could do everything we needed to right there in Franklinton without having to leave unless we needed a wedding gown. So today we are in that renaissance, rebuilding that. My volunteering is to help get that moving in the right direction again. Leaders Spark is that different perspective for our teens and adults, because if you live in poverty, your world is usually 4 blocks, and if you've never done anything differently, if you've never been any place other than where you've been already, you don't do anything differently. And the cycle of poverty is not something we care to repeat for 4 and 5 generations. So in this instance, I believe that Leaders Spark has given these kids some choices, has given them a menu to choose from, what's appropriate for now, for this day, for this time. Also planning skills so that when they see what's happening in front of them, they have an influence and they understand that they can take an individual responsible stance on their own. They don't need other people to give permission, they don't need other people to hand it to them and give them a gold star for breathing. They know what to do, they know how to get it done, and they have done probably between 30 and 40 significant projects in the Franklinton area that have made a difference that people can see and will comment on. My job with Leaders Spark in Franklinton is to be the volunteer recruiter and project manager. So I recruit from the high schools, I talk to the churches, the parents, I visit the library, I talk to past Leader Sparklers and ask them for their referrals and recommendations. I also make sure that we have a space to meet in. I do teaching when I need to, I stand in when I need to. Also, I work with other people in the community as well as from my own ideas about what needs to happen to come up with projects. For instance, there is a recycling mural at the corner of Glenwood and Town Street. One of our groups went to see the mayor to talk about safe school pathways and being able to feel safe, on their way to and from school. They can't pick the time of day they go to school. We've had significant litter pickups. We have now gone to the prevention stage, which means that we've requested trash cans versus picking it up afterwards. And the graffiti has been reduced greatly by teenagers and adults who are from the neighborhood in Leaders Spark, and also people in the program who chose that as their project, because the participants do choose their own topics. We do not say, okay, you're the green group, you're the graffiti group, you're the litter pickup group. They choose their own projects. They've had silent auctions to get playground equipment for Starling Middle School. And I'm trying to think of the other ones. They had a harvest party for the Homeless Family Foundation for 67 children with 13 different games. It was fabulous, with lots of different vendors and donations. And now the anti-bullying has become quite, it kind of started a year ago with a cyberbullying, and now the kids have taken acting lessons through CATCO and are, I think, kind of polishing up on the delivery of the anti-bullying message, which is just huge. So when Obama talks about it, then you're on the right topic of the day. So lots of variety, lots of volume, and lots of high-profile exposure. That means that these kids have something to put on their resume, not just the community service hours to graduate, and then they have something to go and look for their scholarship and become the first one, second one, third one in their generation, in their families, to move on to vocational or some other form of higher education. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for them to set their face to the future and make it for themselves. Hi, I'm Rebecca Hunley. I live in Franklinton, and I live united.